This plumber who had an absolute nightmare with. I don't think he's actually tested the mains pressure before he's done anything. So that's another 19 grand. What people don't understand is communication's a two-way thing. Hasn't finished the first fix and it's been an absolute nightmare to get him back. One is they're going to get nicked and obviously they cost money, and then two, they're a perfect tool to break into the property. Morning guys, it is Monday. Welcome back to the Builder's Diary, and this morning we've already had Mither already. So yeah, it's one of those moments where I just got my head in my hands, and it's, yeah, basically, I don't know if you know, I've mentioned it quite a few times in previous videos, that we've got an HMO conversion, which is one of my properties that it's been dragging on for quite a while because we bought it with structural problems, so we've had to underpin it, done quite a lot of work, like done a complete new re-roof on it and stuff like that, just to get it, and then drop all the chimneys to get it where we needed to be in order to kind of start the main works on it. So the plumber and the electrician have obviously been in to do their first fixes, but since then the plumber's decided to go and work for somebody else halfway through, so he's just left it, hasn't finished the first fix, and it's been an absolute nightmare to get him back. Now the electrician's gone this week, obviously, because it's now plastered. Joiners are there doing the second fix. But I've just had a bit of a back and forth with Dylan that we agreed with him and the plumber that there was supposed to be 2 electric showers going in because the boiler couldn't cope with 4 showers. And then we just spoke to the electrician, and he says the supply's not big enough, it's only 100 amp supply, so it won't cope with 2 electric showers. So plumber's told me that everything was okay for the 2 electric showers, and obviously wasn't communicating back to me from the electrician. So yeah, so there's a fact that there could not be a hot and cold feed now for the normal shower that's needed, and there's obviously not a cable in there, and obviously you can't power it anyway because we haven't got enough supply, and it's all plastered now. So bit of dropped communication, but also I actually asked Dylan to go around and make sure that all the hot and cold feeds were in, all the waste was in, for the kitchen and the en-suites, and then the downstairs utility room as well. And just looking through a couple of the pictures and obviously putting last week's video together, I noticed, I was like, is there any pipe work in there? And it's already plastered. So I've just picked up on that with Dylan, and he's like, oh, I didn't check, I didn't realise you wanted me to. Or, you know, he's just he's seen a pipe, he says, and he's assumed that it's there, so it's not been checked. So I've just sent him up there to have a check properly and take some photographs, because I've got a feeling that we're going to have to start fucking hacking plaster off, which is not good. These things go wrong, and this is part of the reason why I say it's like small as a company for so long. Because I'm relying on these other people, and relying on this plumber to do his job. You know, I'm relying, again, the plastering's dragged on and on and on. Plaster is my best mate, so I struggle to kind of say anything to him because I don't want to upset him. But he's been going off and doing other jobs in the middle of it and stuff like that. He's now started Wimslow as well, so he's got 2 jobs going for us, which problem where we've had. I've asked one of our lads to chop some brickwork back so the wall was flat, and I've received a picture this morning to say, you know, why has this not been done? And he's waiting to plaster. So it's constant issues like that, and I pride myself on communication, but obviously the rest of the lads don't. So stuff's not being done, stuff's being left unfinished, so it's posing problems all the time, and I'm trying to nip it in the bud, but we just get a problem somewhere else once we've done that. So I've tried to put these systems in place, but they're not being followed. So this is honestly, this is the main reason why I stayed so small, and it always makes me want to go back to that model. But I'm determined that the growth of this company will happen, so I've got to find my way through these issues. So, but it's difficult, especially on a Monday morning when you're up against it anyway. Let's have a look and see if we can get around this. And that's it for the end of the month. So just paid all my materials suppliers. So that's another 19 grand. Added to the 15 grand wage run that I did 2 days ago. Yeah, it's getting scary, the amounts that we're paying out now. But it's the price of growth, isn't it? So yeah, all that's done now. Depressing, paying all that money out. But hopefully more comes in than goes out. That's the less depressing bit. Dylan's been over and had a look and just checked that there's hot and cold where we need it, and it seems as though there is. The only problem we've got is the system that the plumber has designed, who has basically just disappeared off the face of the earth halfway through the job. Probably could have an issue in the fact that if they decide to turn the 3 showers on at the same time, it may struggle. So we're going to have to make sure, because he's done it on a combi boiler, obviously it should have been a system boiler really with a tank, but we got nowhere to put the tank. Could have gone up into the loft, I suppose, but we'd have had to reinforce all the joists and everything. So we're going to have to just spec the biggest combi boiler that we can, and just hope, well, to be honest, it's probably more than a hope, that people don't take a shower at exactly the same time, which in all reality they shouldn't be doing anyway. You know, they might do, they might not, but we're just going to have to take that chance really, because we're at that point now. There's no point we can go back and kind of design a new system. But this is a lesson learned for next time, massive lesson, because yeah, it could be an issue, but we'll see. You know, we can get through this now. At least we know that the first fix is in place. We haven't got to start taking bloody plaster off due to bad communication between to be honest, probably not the electrician. It's probably the plumber twisting what the electrician has said, and then obviously back and forth between Dylan, myself, the lads that have finished the plumbing work off, yeah, and probably a bit of inexperience understanding what should be there first fix wise. But you just take it as, you know, I know that there should be hot and cold for the sink, hot and cold for the shower, and a cold for the toilet. It's obvious, isn't it? You know what I mean? Every time we turn them taps on, where did we think the water comes from? So obviously he hasn't checked that, even though I'd said twice that he needed to check it. So, but it is what it is. We've got through it now. Issue resolved, and we can now move on. But yeah, just things like this, especially on a Monday morning, absolutely depressed me at times.
The blue grit going under the stairs today. Nice. Get him on thick. No demo action. We got this stuff's called yellow grit, but the people at Emily said it was the same stuff, so we're just chucking that on. If it's the same stuff anyway.
So back in the van, I'm actually in the pickup truck, so I'm just nipping over now just to do a mains pressure test, because I've got a feeling, like I've said, we've discussed this plumber who had an absolute nightmare with. I don't think he's actually tested the mains pressure before he's done anything to design the water system. So I need to get up there and sort it out, because I'm making these decisions based off kind of a guesswork. So I'm going to go up and test that now, but I'm taking the pickup up as well, because as Dylan says, there's a load of rubbish up there, needs clearing away. Again, this is another thing, another oversight. Dylan's literally just come back from Baskerville. Now, he should have took the pickup with him when he went. This is a second journey, so obviously I've paid out for his fuel going up in his car, because it's a site visit, and then I've got to pay for the fuel for this tipper now to go back up there to get rid of the rubbish, when it could have been done in one trip. So it's little things like this that can absolutely kill a company and kind of kill cash flow. So yeah, it's probably only 10 quid's worth of fuel, but if you keep doing that every day and it mounts up times 4 vans, you don't have to be a genius to know by the end of the month you're probably 400-500 quid out, and that's just one instance of one job with one truck. So yeah, could be massive. So we need to start, well, when I say we, I'm forever trying to push this. I'm forever trying to instill it in the lads and in Dylan, but for some reason they just don't bloody listen. So, but it is what it is. I need to get over there now, get it sorted. I've had a word with them and we'll go from there. Morning guys, so it is Tuesday and I'm up in the office early. Just been tidying a few bits up, but I've got all the lads coming 8 o'clock for a meeting. So basically just noticed a few things that are not working just recently. So rather than just keep running down the road with them not working, try and address them now. So obviously we put the daily site report in about probably 3 or 4 weeks ago now. It's working well when it's done properly, but we're having issues where sometimes it's not done properly, there's elements missing of it, sometimes it's not done at all, and then a few other little bits. We're going to change a few bits around Dylan as well, how often he attends site. Noticed a few times in a couple of the videos that lads are not wearing boots and stuff like that, so just need pick up on that. So it's not a bollocking session at all, it's more of a meeting together just to see how we can make this company work better. So got them all in, Dylan will be coming as well, so be a busy room. Tommy's off on holiday, so obviously he can't attend, but that can be filtered back down through him either by Ben or somebody, or he can come in on his own when he gets back. But yeah, just straightforward really. Lads in, bit of a chat, bit of a few more new rules that we want to enforce. Sorry, I thought there was someone walking past or someone coming here then. Just to get that sorted, get it enforced, just shows what happens to you normally when you pass these different changes down via like a text message, or tell one person, they tell another, it gets diluted, changed, Chinese whisper. So I'd rather have them all in together. I know it's going to cost me an hour, of wages just having them all in here, but I know exactly what they've been told, what their thoughts were, and they've all been told together, so there's no confusion at all. So. Back in the van. So yeah, that meeting went okay. Bit of an issue that obviously, well not obviously, but Ben, our main guy, called in sick this morning, so he obviously wasn't there, which wasn't ideal, because I wanted to make sure that everyone got the message. But it can be passed on, I suppose. I can sit down with him maybe when he comes back. And then young Bip didn't read the messages. I actually sent it out in 3 different places. Sent it out on monday.com, I sent it out on Connect Teams, and I also put it in the WhatsApp group and text messaged him as well. So, and he didn't see any of them, and he went to the job. Luckily, we called him and caught him halfway there, so managed to divert it. So that put us back by nearly half an hour. Again, bad communication. I think what people don't understand is communication's a two-way thing. You know, you can communicate in the best way possible till you're blue in the face. If someone doesn't pick up that communication, or doesn't, you know, communicate back and give a thumbs up to say, yeah, I'll be there or whatever, that's probably where it breaks down. You know what I mean? People can have all these good intentions to communicate well, but if it's not received, it's not been communicated. So that's half the problem sometimes. So yeah, it was a bit disjointed, but we managed to get across everything that I needed to say. It's mainly about the hours. You know, my lads are on, they're technically on a day rate, but they work for an hourly rate. I've split it up. I agree a day rate with them for an 8-hour day, and then I split it up into an hourly rate, because I got fed up years ago of people, you know, being paid for 8 hours, say they've been paid £150 a day for 8 hours, and then they just nip off early or they go early. And I just found this pattern of, I was paying for 8 hours and they were only working like 6 or 7 hours sometimes, and obviously over 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10 lads, that mounts up over the month. So they're on an hourly rate, and it also works the other way for them. If they work over, they get paid for it. So yeah, so that's how I work, and I've noticed that the hours have just been dropping. So as the hours are dropping, not as much work's getting done. So, and then we get complaints from the lads that the money's not very good. It's because they're not doing the hours. So, but yeah, that was the main thing. And then obviously the thing about cleanliness and the end of day reports, all of a sudden, it was being done to the letter for a few weeks, and then all of a sudden it's died off a bit, which we expected. So we've had to reaffirm that. And we've changed Dylan's role slightly, that he's going to be going out doing site visits, just quick ones, pretty much every morning. So he's going to go around the sites every morning, check what's needed, and then Friday he's going to do a proper site audit every Friday, where he goes round, he checks materials, he checks the site, he checks health and safety, just everything that's needed for that job to run smoothly. So hopefully this scenario works better. Lads, I've obviously asked the lads if they've got any input. Do they think that we can do anything better or in a different way to make it easier for them, or, you know, obviously within reason. Yeah, so decent meeting, although it was a little bit disjointed. But I'm now on my way up to Tyler. He's just got a little bit of an issue that he can't get his head around because Ben's not there, he's off sick today. So just needed to go pop my head up and blow it and then just have a quick look. And then also the temporary stop tap that we've got up in Wimslow, if you have a look at this, it's actually come off. So basically when we turn on at the road, we've just basically got a fountain at the minute. So it's been replaced for a new alkathene, so it is only temporary, but I need to get up there and sort that out, because plasters can't be filling the buckets like that. So, and then I've got to get back, because I know this is not work, but I've got my camper booked in, needs an MOT, so I've just got to drop that off in my dinner hour with the mechanic, and then yeah, go from there. Basically try and get the rest of the day tied up in the office with stuff that I need to do in there. Still in the van. So we've got more issues now. So I don't know who'd run a building company, eh? So Tyler, he cut his hand a while back now, and he had to have a couple of stitches in it, and I think he had a day off or something like that trying to get it sorted, but it started pussing up a little bit and throbbing. So I've had a look at it today. It's like, mate, you need to go get that checked out. So he went and got it checked out, and he's told him he needs to rest it a little bit. So I've just said, well, he's just rung me and said he's going to load out on that roof. And obviously it started raining now anyway, so he says he's just going to go home and try and rest his hand, so which is fine. But then we've got obviously Bryn, who's with him, helping him lay out. He just says, I'm going to go home, he's got issues at home. So fucking yeah, so that's now Ben, Britain and Tyler all off. So we're pretty much today running on skeleton staff. So Dylan's here trying to manage people. He ain't got that many people to manage today. So this is what happens in this industry. It's kind of, lads have their issues. Obviously, there's that point that, you know, a lot of people think with lads in the industry, you're kind of babysitting them sometimes. So, but it is what it is, isn't it? It's no good crying over spilt milk. We can't really change it. So we've just got to work the best of what we can. So, like I said, it's raining anyway, so we'd have probably ended up with, you know, sheltering out of the rain a little bit and trying to dodge it and stuff like that. So it's not the most productive day we were going to get anyway out of them. So yeah, I'm still on my way up to Wimslow now, trying to sort this stop tap out, because I can't, you know, the plaster says, oh, I can manage, I'm just using it as a waterfall into the bucket, as you've seen in the video earlier, but I can't leave it like that. If someone decides just to turn that stop tap on for a bit of a joke or something, there's no end on it, they'll just leave the water running potentially overnight or even a few days if there's nobody on site for a day or two. Because obviously we've got subbies on there at the minute plastering. So I'm going to go up and sort that out. Obviously I don't need now to go down to Tyler because he's gone home. And then it's going to be a mega rush now to get back to the office, to drop my camper over for its MOT, to be able to get some stuff done in the office as well. So yeah, this is where I'm trying to get away from. Mr. Rob with the many hats, you know what I mean? Emergency firefighter, sorting a problem out with a stop tap, you know what I mean? Running around in this van. I do debate whether I shouldn't have this van, but the only reason I have it is because I'm, you know, in the property side, obviously you've seen Penkle Road now, it's pretty much stood still for about 4 weeks because we're trying to get it dry out. But I need to go and get furniture put together, fitted, pictures on walls, you know, bed linen bought and beds made, cutlery and drawers, and then I can get it rented out. And I need a van to do that. I need a few tools, so that's why I still have one. So, but let's see how today goes, and we'll come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day. So I'm currently now just outside the Wimslow job. I've been here, I've fixed the stop tap. Basically taken it off, recut the lead work, refitted the reducer, and then I've drove a stake in so it don't get waggled round, and that now actually works. And I've had to have a quick tidy up. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I've just made a video that I can send to the lads, just tell them what needs to be looked at probably a bit more carefully. So things like tools like shovels and picks and stuff like that left outside. There's two reasons for that. One is they're going to get nicked and obviously they cost money, and then two, they're a perfect tool to break into the property. You know what I mean? You're leaving the perfect fucking weapon for the burglars or whoever, you know, comes round and tries to steal things. You're leaving them something that they can use to break in the property. So that needs to stop. So I don't know if you've noticed it, got another electric van and another electric van. So since I bought our van, which is currently behind me there, the electric van, my plasterer, a lad named Damien Groves, he's also a mate as well, to be fair, seen what mileage I'm getting out of that, and I'm going to have to get one. And he nearly bought the same one, but they've got a right good deal apparently on the ID Buzz, is it, the Volkswagen. So they've had a pair of them, him and his partner. His partner's an electrician, he's a plasterer. So they do all of our plastering. They're inside now, let's go have a look. So plenty of plasterboards in here at the minute. You'll see all the stud work's been plastered up. Boiler's now on, so that has been covered up to be protected. I don't normally like putting them on till the second fix, but they wanted to get it fitted, so gone with them as long as it's protected. All ceilings are boarded there. You can see we've got the pink board which is wrapped around the steels, and then across the bottom of it for fireproofing. Load more boards here for inside this room. So big open plan kitchen, bifold doors there. could do with a bit of a tidy up in here, like I say, but it's not too shabby. Like I say, utility room through there. Again, ceiling's boarded in here. This is the living room. Let's have a quick look upstairs. I'll start at the back. So this is the extension part. So it's formed this new bedroom, all lovely and square. Need a wider lens on this DJI so you can actually see what's what. Bathroom. All ceilings done. All of that rake there has had to be insulated underneath. Stop any black spots. Back bedroom. Seems like we have a pigeon here trying to make a nest. Right, Mr. Pigeon. Main bedroom. Nice bay window there, and ensuite, all done with the aqua board there so it doesn't get wet, and then little box room there. Lads have been working away. So yeah, that's where we're at the minute on the Winslow job. A few little teething problems, few little bits, need tidying up. They'll be sorted in the next few days. Plasters are ploughing on now. Should start skimming probably next week or something, I don't know, but they'll be there or thereabouts. So yeah, looking quite good, on schedule. Obviously we've had that massive delay at the start which pushed us back about 3 weeks, but to that point we're on schedule with it. It's just looking a bit messy, wants a right good tidy up, and we need to get some stuff back to the yard. So now I need to get back to the office because, like I said, I need to get my camper in for the MOT, and I've got a load of stuff to do in there. Good morning, it is a Wednesday and I'm up and back in the van. So I'm on my way up to Manchester. We've got a day today with Chris and Alex and the rest of the lads from around the UK. Basically we have a meet up every couple of 3 months, probably every quarter I think it is. So yeah, we're getting together. Chris is going to show us around his yard where he runs his grab company from and his recycling company. Have a look at a couple of his jobs, bit of networking, catching up on any issues that we've got like collectively. Yeah, and then that is today, so try and get some footage. Dylan is back in the office. He's basically trying to crack on with getting the jobs kind of organised a little bit better. Yeah, and that's it today really. So hopefully the lads are getting plenty of footage with the new GoPro that I have purchased for them, because some of the footage coming from some of their mobile phones is yeah, some of it leaves a little bit to be desired. God knows how they manage with some of the phones they've got. They're absolutely wrecked, but yeah, it is what it is. So I will see you when I get up to Manchester. So we're now over at the Every Trades grab yard, so we're going to have a walk around, see what's going on here. We've come here first thing because obviously it's going to rain, so no one screens anything when it's raining, so let's have a look around, see what's what, eh? So you'll probably see behind me the crushing and screening soil. So bit of sunshine out this morning, so it's obviously prime time for getting that done. So, but probably not this afternoon. So hopefully you can hear me because it's really noisy here. To be honest, there shouldn't be any about this. No high-vis. All them what I've got their high-vises on, I forgot to bring one. So yeah, but it's good to see. It's like something that we just, you know, we will never do, to be honest, as a company. So, and to be honest, I'm not that sure I'm that interested in doing it, because imagine how much that thing costs to maintain and that thing. But yeah, still fascinating to see what happens with this stuff. So we're at another one of their jobs in Stockport. So this is battered. So reminds me of our Baskerville Road job. So obviously took this on. They've had conservation in and everything, so they've had to keep a lot of the parts that obviously look absolutely worn out, but don't, you know what I mean, don't admire them at all, having to cope with a building of this age in a town centre like this with no parking. But it's going to be a stunning little place once it's done. So currently in another one of Chris's and Alex's developments. So this is a commercial unit, so as you can see, massive place. So looks really good, to be fair. So really want to get into doing some of this myself, because I really think the future of property for me is in the commercial side. You know, due to the Renters' Rights Reform Act and stuff like that, it's just, yeah, tenants have got far too much power now, in my opinion. So this is kind of, yeah, perfect for me. So Chris and Alex also kindly treated us to some lunch, where we sat and discussed the future of all of our companies and where we wanted to be in a few years' time. So it's Thursday, but it is 10:30 at night, Thursday. So I basically forgot to pick the camera up today. I've dealt with that much crap today that I've just clean forgot to pick the camera up. So I promise you I will get a lot more footage tomorrow. So you should have a lot from Wednesday anyway, when I was over at Every Trade. So hopefully you've enjoyed that, and it's made up for the fact that I have done nothing with this camera today. But I have just jumped on the war rooms with Chris, Alex and team, and we've got a new guy in there tonight. So you'll probably see that. But other than that, I'll see you tomorrow, which will be Friday. Cheers, guys. So it's Friday morning, guys, and I am over in Crewe. So I've come to look at an extension job. I've had to really rush here because Dylan only gave me flipping 10 minutes to get from Chesterton to here when he made the appointment. So yeah, let's get in there, let's have a look, and I'll report back to you in a sec. So that was another one where they want multiple extensions doing. I'm starting to see this quite a lot. So she wants one on the side to extend the kitchen and utility room, and then an extension on the rear as well to also lengthen the, I think it was the living room, just to make a lot more space. So many people are just really struggling with being able to move, with the likes of the stamp duty hike, you know what I mean, and the amount that solicitors costs, and then obviously price of property at, you know, in general, that people are thinking that it's going to be cheaper to extend, but obviously people are not aware at all of the amount that materials have gone up, and so's labour. You know, again, the minimum wage hike, it's had a massive impact on small companies. So it's kind of it's there or thereabouts. They're both expensive, you know, but obviously we'd much prefer that people extend because that keeps us in work. But I like to be truthful with these clients, and trying to give them the information that we can give them, and that allows them to make a choice, which a lot of people would say was bad business, bad sales. But I couldn't sleep at night. I need to be truthful with these clients. So I've given her an idea. She's got an architect on board already. She's insisting that she doesn't want to move. So she's just done it quite a few times before and had enough of it. So she'd rather put up with the mess from building an extension than actually moving and the stress that comes along with it.
Wilmslow. What a transformation. Have a little look. Kitchen's coming, so that's going to get emptied Monday. Kitchen's coming Tuesday, so I'm going to get some of the stuff boxed off, ready for skimming. It's been scrimmed up down here now. Got the plaster ready, bit of wood, some of this infilling, and above there, got to build something out. Got the joiners coming, and same there. Let's have a look upstairs. Oh, we've had the pink boards on now. You'll see from last week. The ones that were leaning up here, they've now gone on, haven't they? Nice. Looking nice. Let's have a look. So up here starting to be scrimmed. Almost done. Bit of boarding left. That room's done, as you've seen, and that room's done, as you've seen. Got to take that out. Lovely job Monday. And finish the rest of the bits off. Ready for skimming.
And that's your lot, guys, from this week's video. So I'm sorry it was a little bit disjointed and we got days missed and here and there, and the lack of actual on-site content, considering that we've got all of these GoPros. You know what I mean? One's been out with Dylan, one's been out with Young Bip. This one has got a scratch on it, to be honest, so it hasn't been out, but it's there and it still works. Yeah, we're struggling with footage from the lads off site. I know it's not their job, and it's like just a nicety that we can get this from them. You know, they're there to work, not really take footage for YouTube videos. But we've got all the paraphernalia here for them to do it easily. So, but yeah, it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to look at last week's video, which was a really good one, so I suggest you do have a look at that link there. And if you could please subscribe to the channel, it means the world to us. Have a look at that link there, and I'll see you guys again next week.